Hello everyone and welcome back. This is the back nine of the first round of the 2017 Steady Ed Hall of Fame Classic. This final PDGA National Tour event of the 2017 season. Bonus action and footage, including Simon Lizotte, Jeremy Koling, and Jalle Stoor. We're at the Steady Ed Memorial Course. This event presented by Proactive Sports Disc here at the International Disc Golf Center. We're moving to the back nine. Enjoy the action. And we saw plenty of birdies on that front half. Jalle Stoor at 4 under, Simon Lizotte at 5, Big Germ at 6. And we're moving on to hole 10, 305 feet. This sets up perfectly for a four-hander shot. A little bit short and right, as they're saying. Big Germ's looking to follow suit. Oh, no, looks like a great shot there by Big Germ. We haven't seen too much in terms of forehands by Jalle, so to see a backhand, no surprise there. However, that's tight and right, catches one of the bigger trees. And what looks to be a great-looking approach shot there by Jalle. Simon has a birdie look. All four competitors finished with a birdie on hole 9 on the previous hole during the front half of the coverage. Little momentum going for Simon Lizotte. Big Germ for the birdie off that right-hand side. He's been a little bit rattled. He had an unfortunate spit through back on hole number 6, giving him his one bogey of the round so far. And this is Big Germ for his par. Oh, we'll do a little course maintenance. A couple cobwebs. Get a few things off the basket there. Blue powder-coated Steady Ed Mach 3. Thanks, Germ. Man. Big Germ approved. You may have noticed on the official scorecard, it was marked as a 2 on that hole.
Really good.
Simon, champion or star?
Champion, of course.
Champion? Okay.
Big Germ trying to solicit advice, ask for champion or star to Simon, and Simon says champion, so it's exactly what Big Germ's going to throw. He's done so. So getting back to the scorecard, I counted, recounted, triple counted, looked at the scores, finally got a picture of the scorecard out and looked as I was assembling the footage, and it looks as if it was marked down as a 2, even though Big Germ clearly took the 3 on the previous hole. I had reached out to Simon Lizotte here a month or 2 later and said, hey, what do you think happened? It looks like it was Simon's writing, and it looks like it was just an honest mistake by Simon. So he benefited in giving Big Germ the 2 on this hole. We'll see how that shakes out later in the round. Big Germ is up launching. This is a par 4. We talked about it in the front half. Some of these holes, many of you would consider a soft par. Oh, and getting most of the chains, but not quite enough. A heartbreaker for Lizotte.
Good putts on it.
Bit high, I guess. It's Friday the 13th. There's nothing I can do about it.
Can't explain it any better than that. He does own up to it. He says it was a little bit high. I'd agree with that. It could have stuck, but looks like it was just a bit high. Jalle's going to take the birdie 3. Sunny, 70-degree weather. Enjoying the action in Appling, Georgia, Columbia County. We're moving on to 12. Big Big Germ sitting at 8 under par, trying to keep things moving here. I think there was a Billy Crumpism there that he was looking for. Torturance was spit out. Jalle not with enough height on that. That's turning over. Finishes right side. And the ballerina twirl from Simon Lizotte. He knows that was not his best effort.
Simon, what are you doing, man?
That was so bad. I don't know what I'm doing. That's so bad.
Simon, good spirits about it.
I gotta find a new job, guys. Sorry.
I'm not sure who's hiring, but Simon Lizotte seems to be running out of gas in October of 2017. I'm not sure if a new job is in order, but the guy is incredibly talented and gifted.
Wow.
Wow, and bang from way downtown. Jalle with a birdie putt. That's got to feel good. Simon's still in disbelief. Big Germ's also looking at a long one here. Seems like he's back on track. That's another birdie for Big Germ. And after Simon threw his approach shot to within 10 feet, he's going to have to settle for a par. We're 2/3 of the way through the opening round at the Hall of Fame Classic. So another hole here where a really bad shot could actually find some water, but we don't anticipate that to happen. Big Germ doesn't turn that over enough to find the open area. 345 feet, so good 50 feet shorter than the previous hole. No forward progress there after the landing by Jalle. And Simon's again kind of falls out left. He gives me a look as if I'm to blame in any way. I'm just along for the ride, getting some bonus footage here. And not able to duplicate the effort we saw from the long putt on the previous hole, but a little bit of wind as we're out here near the water. And just tickling the basket a little bit for Lizotte. Oh, hey, Stu Mullenberg. Stu out there taking photos here at this final national tour event in 2017. Recognize Stu from the flight record. And a very unexciting hole number 13. With a beautiful view of the beach and the water at the IDGC. So both Lizotte and Jalle hanging around at 6 under par, taking the wide forehand hyzer for Big Germ off of hole 14. I moved down near the basket. Jalle's going to go with the backhand out and around and just goes past it. This hole kind of reminds us of what we saw back on hole number 6, except for maybe going the opposite direction. This time Simon goes a little bit more conventional. He takes a forehand out and around, but just 215 feet. You can go up the middle, but it's an incredibly tight tunnel to do so. And anyone that misses this hole is going to feel frustrated because at 215 feet, you really should be looking at a birdie putt every time. Big Germ is laying next to the basket for his 3 as we see both Jalle and Simon Lizotte. So they'll both catch one on Big Germ, moving them to 7 under. While Big Germ remains at 9. Just 4 to play. There's another par 5, 685 feet. This has a little bit wider fairway than what we've seen on a few of the others, and you're playing to a landing zone. And even there, it's still going to be tough because there's a lot of scattered trees between you and the basket. And Simon's going to be pretty happy with that effort. You feel the wind, or you hear the wind, I should say, picking up slightly. Big Germ really hugging that right side. It looks like he got a little bit more distance than maybe he was even anticipating after he pulled it to the right. On a branch, kind of bringing down Jalle's great looking approach shot. Big Germ's forehand not clean. And Simon jokes that he knows that wasn't a clean shot.
Why didn't you get the eagle yet?
Because I'm just not good enough, I guess. That's the reality.
What's it gonna change?
I'm trying to give a little pep talk. Many of you may say, well, why are you talking to the players? You should just shut up. I generally do just shut up and walk along. Simon, he's a little bit more talkative than most. And so he's okay with some engagement throughout the round. As Jalle's putt is a little bit strong off the top side. And Simon's just going to have to settle for a birdie 4. And Big Germ will do the same.
We did it, man. Star frame, guys. Awesome.
Nailed it.
Par 5? Yeah, it's par 5.
I think he was going to say soft there. Two 8-unders and a 10-under. And that was just a grip lock right out of the hand by Jalle. He wants to shake that one off immediately, and I don't blame him. The reverse twirl? Oh, and it doesn't pay off as that doesn't find a single tree the whole way down. Again, a very straight shot required with just a little bit of turn. And Jalle's got some work to do. Not getting more than 50 feet off the tee, and that one also doesn't find any kind of tree action as it carries down toward the bottom of the hill. And trying to make the best of the situation is Simon Lizotte. That looks like he's going to be up and down for the par. Jalle's fighting hard. He's going to be taking at best the bogey there. And Big Germ's got a look. And it sits down for him. It was a great run. However, that could have very easily caught edge and rolled down the hill and been very, very punitive. With the bogey, Simon Lizotte then takes the tee pad honors. 300 feet. Pretty much just a straight shot again that we see here on 17. This hole kind of reminds me of a mirror image of hole 8, where it's pretty much a straight shot. You just have to throw it right up the middle. Hole 8 comes in a little bit shorter. This is a straight shot right up the middle. And I'm not sure if Jalle was trying to go for some crazy route over there, or if he just simply pulled that one. One's got to wonder after the pull on 16. As I managed to hold the sneeze, I apologize. Hold the sneeze till after the throw. And what a great birdie by Lizotte.
No, it didn't. Okay, it looked like it did a read direction there. Good putt, Dave.
Big Germ questioning if that actually kissed off of a tree branch and possibly redirected. And Simon says nope. Both Big Germ and Simon here looking at the birdies. Hey Stu, how you doing? Slow, methodical, and consistent. There it is. That's a par. Moving on to the final hole, first round. 7, 9, and 11 under as we move on to the final hole.
Perfect.
Simon again, trying to keep himself pumped up. Says that was perfect, but in order to attack this and get what would be considered the eagle too, you really do need to throw a perfect drive. This is an elevated green. 375 feet isn't so much the problem. It's slightly uphill, but you need both distance and accuracy in order to attack it for the putt. And throwing slightly uphill, getting the nose of the disc up a little bit, can take some of the distance off. But here Simon is. He's going to go with the inside route because he didn't make it out of the opening. This is playing up. You see the International Disc Golf Center off to the right-hand side. There are 3 courses located here at the International Disc Golf Center. And Big Germ kind of laughing. Not sure if that was a committed run or not, but Simon is able to get up and down, still take the birdie 3. I'm going to close things out. We're going to hear a few final remarks. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like the action, please support me via Patreon. We're here giving you the bonus action from the 2017 Hall of Fame Classic. I'm glad to do so. We'll see you guys for more action from round 2.
Stupid putt.
$1 if you make it.
$1 if I make it, he says. Oh, God.
Not so much, Big Germ.